Mhm.
Certainly. But I think this is a chance for us to learn from one another, and perhaps through this mutual, sharing of spaces, we can learn from them, and perhaps they will come to understand the value of the things that we offer, you know, through the things that you provide. And maybe it's not such a thing that can be hoisted upon someone, but to willingly expand
Yeah, Vuv is
their
is
viewpoints.
Vuv is smelling very confused.
You see?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, yeah.
What
Oh, boom.
what
Like
did you what
if
did you just say?
if you just take, like, obviously that who was that, Izawick, our friend who just went, he partaked in whatever it is that you that he procured from you, whatever chemical he extracted to do some testing on. Do we know what he's going to do with the chemical that he just
Oh,
got from you?
Izowick distributes this. Izowick distributes this among the other Senza as are interested, and evidently they make noises. They make noises when they ingest it. They like to make noises.
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm assuming it's pleasant. And can I ask what it
He
is
keeps
that
coming
they
back.
took from you?
Wait, so wait, you
Oh,
asked what it was?
yeah, what was it? What was it that he took?
It's a mild. Well, it's you're not up on Senza, capacity, but
Right. Yeah.
but I would say you're enough of well, you're Dukan enough to know that it's definitely going to have an impact on their state of mind. It's probably euphoric. It's probably mild, recreational,
Nice.
but it's what
Sure.
here's
Yeah.
what it's not. It's not like what you did to the hive.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah. Of
open
course not.
up
Yeah.
channels of back and forth. It didn't create, radical contradictions in perception that would lead somebody to question things or anything of the sort.
Gotcha. No, that's all right. That's good. It makes them happy. It creates a feeling of contentment, I guess, for them.
And Vu
That's
says,
good. I don't know
now
anything
you're
about their
getting it.
physiology.
Now you're making sense again. Now you're making sense again. That's so
I'm saying
I
that
thought
later on,
maybe
maybe
your
you'll want to try
travels
something else.
maybe your travels made you confused or something for a bit there.
That's me. I'm always searching for answers, but I'm always a little confused. But well, I'm always willing to expand my mind. That's what I'm hoping for these for young Izawick and his kind. Perhaps
All
they
right.
will want to expand as well.
Um, at this point, that's twice. Twice is too many. You are about to have your mind reshaped. Your reality needs a little reshaping here. You are not fitting. You have just itched Monom a little too much, right? With this, you said it once already, and now you're doing it
All
again.
right.
Damn it! All right, you want to get this across to Vuv, or even to keep it straight in your own mind
Mm-hmm.
until
All
you
right.
can recover your reality or have it changed by someone else.
Right.
Um, until then, then you're going to have to. You're in trouble now. Well,
I'm in trouble now.
Monom's very essence and substances suffusing this place, and the psychic impact. Well, psychic impact and substance infusion, they're kind of the same thing. Always
Right.
have been. So you're up against it. Let's see if Monom's passive attack on your psyche, can be resisted.
Right.
Um, so I will give you 2 dice for this.
Okay. 2 dice.
And what do you think is a good trade?
It's a good one. I guess just my own uh, reactive hallucinogenic spores in response to
Mm-hmm.
kind of defend myself,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps
Right. Forming
my
your
own
own
reality.
reality, like
Yeah,
anchoring yourself
that's
in
like
your
that.
own reality.
Exactly. It's
Thank
like
you very much. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm gonna stay right here. This
Mm-hmm.
is in my head.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's 2 and 2. Not sure how many at the end I
I
had
was
left in
kind
my
of wondering
pool.
about your pool.
Probably, yeah, I can't remember it, so I don't know if I had it written down anywhere.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say I didn't have anything. There's a
That's
lot
fine.
going on at the end of that. So I'll just start from scratch.
Well,
So I'll just start with these four.
everybody, okay, good enough. You'll start with these four. Okay, good enough. Yeah. Boy, you're gonna.
All right.
I was going to say, why don't you just start with four pool? Just
I was just at the beginning of this game. All right.
okay.
Well, let's see what we have here. Oh, I got 2 1s. That's awesome.
Mm.
How
Yeah.
would you like to narrate this or to grab a die for your pool?
You know, I grabbed the die for my pool.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep it very straightforward. You maintain your reality, and as you talk to Senza, and as you said you were going to do, you will
Mhm.
find that they are uh, quite capable of saying things that you had never heard before, simple or simplistic or unenlightened as they may be, but often just different, so that you actually are getting to know some of the Senza. You meet certainly the vast differences between Niyuk and Vicky, who are completely different individuals and disagree on
Hmm.
every imaginable thing, but now you can get a good sense of this from talking to them. And as you proceed through the different levels or different interactions through the Senza community, let's just say you're leaving little pockets of change. It's more Dukanish and more like wondering as they start saying, "Wow, well, what are the Mercap like? What does Vuv think? Things like that." Somebody asks Vuv what they thinks, and Vuv's like, "What?" So yeah, Dukin's causing trouble as usual.
Yeah.
let's cut over to the other location, which is, if you can imagine what a cutting edge Mercap substance laboratory looks like. I mean, my take is that it's a floating globe of fluid and different, like, budding off bubble compartments and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and that the whole space is a big empty sphere inside, a surface, and that the mercaps, kind of disappear into the fluid and come out of it, or walk around its edge and poke into it. And we have several fairly, shall we say, menial is the right word. Let's just say little mercaps, right? Who seem to
Oh,
be doing more of a fetch and carry kind of arrangement and creating vesicles in which substance are kept, but they are doing so under others' directions. The main experimenter is named Naroon, who is busy, you know, up to her mercap elbows, in all the stuff, overseeing this, perhaps with some detachment, able to look at the bigger picture of it all, is Professor Divid. In the reality of Ununu, the benefit of all, particularly the idea that we will reach out. So right now you're working on a better impact on the Senza, right? The idea that they themselves could be uplifted to the point where perhaps they would have the kinds of insights that would benefit them the most, of course. That's the idea. You're working on a more sophisticated, a more constructive outcome for the Senza, perhaps in the very long term. In Ununu's reality, this has been going on for some time in different ways, but it's been a little haphazard out there among the worlds. Perhaps a more directed approach is better.
Okay. And Anunu is a mercat.
Oh yes, enough who's enough powerful enough that their reality actually almost defines the space in which you work. Very
Right.
difficult to fail to align your thinking with Anunu's sense of progressive, perhaps even interventional, you know, aims. Perhaps for other
Okay.
mercaps, even perhaps for all of mercap
Okay.
and for others. The galactic peace has led Anunu, now whom you can see walking about, should you wish. Anunu could be here, in fact, and is that walking figure that I put there.
Okay. Well, what are we doing here? We're in our lab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm probably just working on something, one of my theories that I call the psychocosm,
Yes.
which is basically trying to get to a singularity of reality through chaos. So basically, take everyone's reality, throw them into a pot, and from that pot, we make some type of psychotropic gumbo that is the actual reality at the bottom. You know what I mean? So it's like, you've got your perception, I've got mine. But when we, distill it all down, that sludge on the bottom is reality. And that's where I'm trying to get to. And it's through all sorts of weird means I'm doing it. Like my clothes probably have on them different types of stimuli to get like, to work in tandem with whatever spores I'm putting off. So, there's lights, there's smells, there's vibrations that, I'm working on and trying to get, the rest of the universe to work on through, all of our shared realities. So that is what.
Right. Well, there's one trouble is you're not getting a whole lot of contact with anyone else's reality now.
Well, yeah, that's just it. We need to get out there, man. We need to get out there and hang out with people and get to other people and get their realities and put those in the pot.
I have one detail that I see regarding Professor Divid, which is that the littler mercaps who are busy like bringing you stuff or testing things or perhaps prostrate against one of the surfaces and kind of a kind of a guinea pig daze.
Right.
They tend to change their behavior after contacting you.
Okay.
They change their behavior to more they do more experimental things with the fluids. They bring you the data they're interested in, stuff like that. But after they've been away from you for a little while, they become very they stop doing that, right? So it's only in this routine contact with you that anybody is doing what you say.
Right. That's limited. Cool, man. Mm-hmm. Well, we got to take the baby steps. Everyone in their own time. We will all get there. If everyone gets encouragement to do their thing from the professor, like there is no wrong answer. There's maybe just the wrong perception of that answer. But
the trouble is, of course, is that Ununu, who looms up behind your shoulder,
right,
is depicted. Benevolent face, right? Staff, everything.
Right.
And says, almost, Professor Divid, almost. But you must lose this love of chaos. You must lose this emergent property nonsense. No, it is direction and it is love and care that should guide us.
I'll say, I'll turn to him and put my hand on whatever would be the equivalent of his shoulder. And I'll say, that's exactly it. We need that nonsense. We need all the nonsense, every sense involved here. That's what it's about. Don't you see it?
Mhm.
It's like behind every corner, the turn of every page, there's new possibility, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful, is it?
Yeah. It's beautiful in its destruction, it's beautiful in its creation, it's beautiful in its nonsensical conformity and non-conformity. It's it's
You,
it's
you are not really here. You need to be in contact with what you speak of. You are in the whirl. So, unless you want to get yourself transported over the whirl, we have a role. Or you might just want to let yourself go where Inunu has decided that you really are.
Mm. I'll think about it and take a little hit of whatever my psychotropic du jour is today. Just like, and just kind of like turn and wander off. Uh,
Well, the point is,
just as
are you going to stay here and like in your experiments and stuff, or are you going to? You're in a conflict now, and Nunu is
yes.
evicting you from this zone. You are going to be whipped off into a reality that suits you better. Perhaps it'll teach you a lesson.
Well, I'm going to try to flip the script and shift the reality to make him believe that,
Mhm.
you know, basically, yeah, where he's sending me, it's the best idea, but not for the reasons why.
Mm.
Uh, it's basically I need more freedom, therefore I need to be. He needs to give me that freedom. He needs to give me carte
Ah,
blanche.
okay, I see here. All right
You
then.
know,
All
so
right
it's like
then.
I'm like, you are absolutely right, sir. I do need more freedom to pursue, um,
You
the
get
free
one
thinking I
die
need
from
to
me
do.
on this one. This is a whole
That's
lot of
all I
Murkow.
need.
Right.
Yeah, I know, huh? Let me see. That gives me 3 dice total. Because my character's incredibly front loaded. He didn't have any dice in his pool to begin
Right, I
with.
noticed that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's super front loaded. I'm fiddling with the system here.
Of
I'm saying
course.
like if I build
Perfectly
someone with
valid. Perfectly valid.
yeah,
Pump them all into
tons of
bonuses. That's
pool.
good. Mhm.
No,
Aha.
no ones. So
Okay. Well, you struggle to impose your insights from whatever it was you just did. Um,
right,
to impose your insights onto this transportation or this shift of realities around you, as they spin and whirl, right,
right.
into a completely different configuration, which, as you can see, is going to be bleeding horrific fluids from all sorts of openings and rents in the lichen and fungal surroundings. And you are assaulted with rapid change, fruiting bodies and, you know, rapidly decaying things and all sorts of that. It's a much more dramatic landscape. Think of it as a it's technically a tunnel, but it's really tall and pretty wide, so it's almost more like a canyon. And there's this river running through it, which is just rife with the essence of chaotic change.